Hey, what's up guys? Electric Watchers 1 here, and in this video we are going to be talking about what you can expect at Apple's September 9th event. Let's get started. So let's first start off with the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6s Plus. So the new features coming to these two phones are as follows. The first being Force Touch, so this is already found in the Apple Watch and the new MacBook. And pretty much what Force Touch allows is for you to apply different types of touch. So if you apply a harder touch than what you normally do, you'll be able to access new features. So an example of this being done on the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus is if you're in the Maps application and you want to drop multiple pins, and instead of having to tap random areas within the map application, you could just do one hard touch and you can drop multiple pins that way. So that's definitely a useful feature, and that's pretty much what Force Touch is all about. Now, another new feature of the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus is the camera. So the rear-facing camera will go from an 8 megapixel to a 12 megapixel, which is pretty huge. The last time we saw an increase this big was in the iPhone 4S back in 2011. And it will also be capable of recording 4K video, which is pretty nice. Now, the front-facing camera, of course, will also be upgraded. It will go from a 1.2 megapixel sensor to a 5 megapixel sensor, which is pretty huge. Also, the video recording capabilities will be able to go from 720p to 1080p, which is also pretty nice. And the front-facing camera will be able to record slow motion at 240 frames per second, and it will also be able to shoot panoramas. It will also have a flash implemented into the front-facing camera. It's not an actual flash, it is just a software implementation to make it look like the forward-facing camera has a flash, when in reality it is just the software at work. The iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6s Plus will also be seeing spec upgrades, so we'll be going from 1GB of RAM dual-core processor to a 2GB of RAM tri-core processor. We'll be going from an A8 chip to the A9 chip. So that's definitely going to make performance better, especially when you're in Safari tabs and you have multiple tabs open. Now, in order to avoid the Bendgate catastrophe of last year, the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6s Plus will be made from a new material, 7000 series aluminum. Now, 7000 series aluminum is currently used in the Apple Watch, and pretty much 7000 series aluminum will make the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus more resistant to bending, as they will be able to take more pressure when being bent. Now, due to the Force Touch display and the 7000 series aluminum, the 6s and the 6s Plus will be slightly thicker than their predecessors. However, they should work with current cases. And finally, the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus will be sporting a new color called Rose Gold, which is currently found on the Apple Watch. It kind of looks like a pink, but they are calling it Rose Gold. The iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus will also feature a new Space Gray, which is slightly darker. We've already seen this on the iPod Touch 6th generation, but besides that, all the colors from the previous iPhones will still be available for these new ones. And now on to the long-awaited Apple TV 4. So the Apple TV 4 will go from an A5 processor found in the previous gen Apple TV to an A8 processor, making it much faster. Also, the Apple TV 4 will sport a new remote, which is supposedly supposed to have a touchpad, which is pretty nice. And the Apple TV will start off supposedly at $149 for an 8GB model and $199 for a 16GB model. And now on to the long-rumored iPad Pro and the iPad Mini 4. So the iPad Pro will have a 12.9-inch display, which is a first for the iPad. The iPad Pro will also feature improved specs, so it will have 2GB of RAM and a tri-core A9 or A9X processor. I'm not really sure right now. The iPad Pro will also feature Force Touch technology, just like the new iPhones, and it will also feature a stylus, which supposedly will help for the Force Touch and multitasking capabilities of the iPad Pro. Apple is also rumored to have a new keyboard prep for this iPad Pro, so that's pretty nice. And now onto the iPad Mini 4. So the iPad Mini 4 will pretty much be a smaller version of the iPad Air 2 that we saw released last year. So this means you will have a thinner design, upgraded specs with that A processor, tri-core, 2GB of RAM. We'll also have the rear-facing camera go up to 8 megapixels and be able to record slow motion video at 120 frames per second. The iPad mini 4 will also feature a laminated display, which means there will be no air gap between the display and the body of the iPad mini 4, which means that it will be better for viewing outdoors. So anyway guys, that has been it. If you liked the video, please make sure to like and comment down below, and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. Anyway, until next time guys, this has been Watchers 1, signing out.